Alright, so I wanted to do a little bit. Alright, so I wanted to do a little video on these stair treads that I'm doing for my stairway here. This was all carpet at one point and very old pine stair treads. Still got the pine risers. So these are your skirt boards, risers, and treads. For anybody that doesn't know, stair tread terminology, it's not probably common knowledge, but basically what I did was I bought these stair treads online. They're ash treads, so that if I do end up doing my ash hardwood floors in here, they'll match, which I'm planning to do that, but just haven't decided if I'm using my own lumber yet or what. So basically what I did was I cut these to size, to depth, I guess I should say. Cut these to depth. I finished them. I used early American stain and some poly from Lowe's that was rated for hardwood floors. So I did 2 coats of poly and 1 coat of stain. So what I did to get these the correct width here is, show you. Here, let me put this on my GoPro on my head. So basically I made this stair tread jig, and actually I'll show you why this one end is cut. So you put one side here against your skirt, and you want to get it nice and tight in that corner, and then what you do is get that edge nice and tight. And I had to cut this corner off just because this piece of trim was in the way. But essentially all it is just a short board, shorter than the width of my stairs here, probably 6 inches shorter. And I slotted that using just a 3/8 drill bit or 5/16 drill bit on each end, and then I cut the rest out with a jigsaw. Did that on both sides. Created these little parallelograms. Just drew them up with a square. Cut those out on the table saw and the miter saw, and drilled 1 single hole in the bottom of each of those. But essentially what you're doing is you're taking this measurement so that you can transpose it onto your stair tread so that you get an exact measurement. Because the issue with these skirt boards is, they may or may not be parallel all the way up your steps. So this gets you an exact measurement. If you just cut both ends, if you took a tape measure and measured 42 inches or whatever it may be, and you cut both ends at 90 degrees, you might end up with a 1/4 inch gap in the back of some of these. Maybe less, maybe worse, but this is the way to get it exact. So then what you would do is take it over here to your tread, mark each side, and then you got a couple options. You could obviously take it out to the miter saw and line it up till you got just right. If you had a laser, that'd probably really be pretty easy. But the easiest way, I think, obviously not everybody has a track saw, but if you have one, you can set that right on your line that edge right up, and then you just zip your track saw right along there on both ends, and you stick your tread right in. So that's what I'm doing, and I'll show you here. So I painted this whole area. I put a board out to here, put a ladder up against here, painted this whole vaulted area prior to ordering the stair treads. I also painted these skirt boards while the old stair treads were still on with carpet over top of them. So that's why this is still green right here. And what I'll do is, none of these are actually fastened. But what I'll do is I'll pull all these stair treads off. I'll clean all this up, all the way up. Clean the risers off. There was some holes here where there was staples for holding the old carpet in. I'll fill those with some wood filler, and we'll get everything white. So the backs will be white. The risers or the skirt boards will be white. The risers will be white, and obviously the treads will remain hardwood. So that's the idea. I just got my new GoPro today, so I haven't really taken any good video lately, but hopefully that gives you an idea. And if anybody wants anything, you know, any specific questions answered, feel free to put it in the comments and I'll do the best I can, or I'll maybe link to some other videos that I watched that helped me kind of figure out what I was doing. So we'll finish up here. I'll cut this last tread, go up and measure the top stair tread there, and we'll cut this one, and then I'll take you along for the rest of the finish work. So enjoy. Got a nice tight fit. Zero gap there. Might look like there is on video just because that's a different color, but once that's all painted white, you know, you're not going to see a thing. So pretty slick. So what I did was I popped all those stair treads back off, and I'm using this Drydex by DAP, and basically all those risers had some dings and holes from the staples holding the carpet and different stuff like that. So I took and filled a bunch of those, and now while I'm waiting for that to dry, just taking your regular white painter's caulk and going through and filling the gaps between the risers and the skirt boards there. So once I get that all done, I'll go through, I'll sand the wood filler, and at that point we can go put a coat of paint on everything, and it'll start to actually look like something at that point, I think. So my buddy Drew brought this ladder over for me. It's one of those fold up ladders, so you know, I've got extension ladders outside, but his was in the garage and not covered in snow, so that was nice of him. And now I can get up and down the steps. Hopefully this is only like this for a day or two, and we'll get it back together, see what it looks like. Alright, as you can see, I got the risers all painted, and I have begun putting the stair treads on. So what I'm doing here, let me throw this GoPro on my head. All I'm doing is taking this heavy duty construction adhesive. I don't know if it really matters what kind, but probably just construction adhesive. This is Loctite brand. And I am generously applying that to my stringers and my top of my riser here. And then all I'm doing is taking my tread and I'm getting it tight in one corner, being careful, trying not to scuff the paint any more than I have to, and pushing that down into place. Then I'm coming up, stepping on it, show you what I do next. So I come down here onto the cellar steps, and I'm basically taking an 1/8 inch drill bit. Usually start in the center here. It kind of pushes that stair tread out that way just because it's sitting on that adhesive and it's not set up yet. But I drill one hole in the center, down at an angle because my riser doesn't come right down to the bottom of the tread. So you probably only got about half the thickness of the tread that you're drilling into. So you want to kind of go down at an angle. Yours may be a little bit different than that, but just be aware of that. Looks good. And then after I get the first screw in it there, then I go ahead and pre-drill the sides. And the reason I'm pre-drilling is, you know, if this was pine, probably wouldn't have to, but being ash, that's a really hard wood, and you're gonna probably end up breaking off your screws if you don't pre-drill it. So set this aside. Good. Let's go see how that feels. Looks really good. Sounds really good. I'm really happy with that so far. If there's any creaking or squeaking, I'll take care of that after the fact. These first set of stairs looks like I cut a little bit shy of the stringer there, or the skirt board. So we'll probably just fill those with caulk when we're done, but overall it's looking really, really good. I'm very, very happy with that. Huge difference over what it was. These walls were green, the trim was green, There's a big gap between the drywall and the skirt boards. I trimmed that all out, painted everything tan and white, painted the ceiling up there white. So it's come a really long way. So this should go pretty quick. I'm gonna finish this up, and I'll bring you back when we're all set and show you the finished product. All right, well, there you have it. Very quiet. No creaks or squeaks so far. I don't even know if the glue's all the way dried yet, so it might even get a little bit quieter, but I'm really happy with that. That turned out really nice. The Stair Tread Jig I made was a big help. If anybody wants, I can make a video on that. Probably never use it again in my life. I actually let a buddy from work borrow it. He's doing the same thing. If anybody else needs to borrow it around here, let me know. Certainly get it to you. But good project. And now I'm gonna do hardwood in here. Then I can finish the trim, base trim around the bottom of the floor there. This house will be almost done. Anyway, hope you guys liked it. Hope you learned something, or you know, something from this video will help you on your project. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.